Every relationship hides a story, and every story carries its share of pain. Welcome to Cheating Stories Insights, where truth doesn't whisper. It bleeds through words. The first thing that hit me was her laughter, sharp, echoing, slicing through the soft hum of clinking glasses and shuffling designer shoes. Her laughter. Then came her words, cold, cutting, wrapped in the sweetness of champagne. His career's a joke. The room erupted. Executives, managers, interns, all laughing at the man she was supposed to marry. I didn't blink, didn't move, didn't breathe. The microphone was still in my hand from her toast. My fiancé stood there, radiant in a sequin dress, arm draped around the CEO's wife, smiling like she hadn't just gutted me in front of 100 people. The silence that followed wasn't real silence. It was the kind that roars in your head, the kind that screams for blood. I looked at her, really looked. And for the first time I saw the stranger I'd been building a future with. Then I lifted the mic again. "Congratulations," I said quietly. "That was the best performance of your career." I placed the ring on the table, a small metallic tap. Final. Then I walked out. The laughter died before I even reached the door. Outside, the night air bit into my skin, colder than I expected. I welcomed it. As I crossed the parking lot, her voice replayed in my head. That tone, that cruel little tilt of her head, the way her coworkers leaned in, hanging on every word as she put on her show. She'd always craved control, admiration, attention, envy. And I'd been her prop. The safe, dependable fiancé who didn't fit her polished new corporate world. She'd once told me I should network more. Now I understood what she meant. She'd been rewriting me, smaller, duller, until I became something she could step over. But she forgot one thing. I don't shout when I'm angry. I don't argue. I plan. I didn't sleep that night. Instead, I replayed the recording. The entire speech, captured perfectly. Every smirk, every cutting remark, every burst of laughter. What she never knew was that this wasn't just an office party. It was a product launch, the company's new division, one that required executive approval from a board I quietly chaired behind the scenes. She'd never asked what I really did for work. Never cared to. I'd let her believe I was just a consultant. Someone who didn't understand her world. She'd mocked a name she didn't even recognize. Mine. By dawn my mind was clear. The recording, her voice, her cruelty, the company logo shining behind her as she mocked a client, was forwarded to the legal department. Her CEO was copied. Subject line: public relations risk, immediate attention required. I wasn't being petty. I was being precise. By 7 a.m. the fallout had begun. The head of PR called an emergency meeting. Then the CEO himself phoned me. "Mr. Hale," he stammered. I had no idea you were." "I know," I interrupted. "You will." He asked what I wanted. "Nothing," I said. "Just let the truth correct itself." At 8:17 a.m. she called. Her voice was shaky, desperate. "Evan, please, just let me explain." But explanations are for mistakes. She hadn't made a mistake. She'd made a choice. "I didn't mean it," she cried. "It was just a joke, you know how they are." I cut her off. "No. You were just showing them who you are." Silence. Then her voice broke. "I love you." I almost laughed. "Then you should have respected me." Click. By noon, her name was already circulating, internally at least. The company statement cited professional misconduct. She was placed on leave pending investigation. The CEO called again later, voice steady but strained. He thanked me for handling it quietly, assured me they'd manage it discreetly. Of course they would. Scandals like this don't get fixed, they get buried. I didn't want an apology. I wanted distance. That evening I drove past her office. The building was dark, except for her floor. Through the glass I saw her silhouette alone boxing up her things. It should have hurt. It didn't. There's something strangely clean about clarity. It burns everything else away. Love, guilt, pity gone. Only truth remains. She turned once, maybe sensing me. Our eyes didn't meet, but I could feel it, that desperation, that smallness. I stayed in the car, watching as she walked out. The same heels she wore when she mocked me clicked against the pavement like gunfire. People think revenge is about payback. It isn't. It's about precision. It's about walking away. Not in fury, but in silence. Later that night, she called again, left a voicemail, crying, saying she'd lost everything. I stopped listening after 10 seconds and deleted it. Some people destroy themselves long before anyone else does. They just need the right mirror to see it happen. That's what I gave her, a reflection. When I finally closed my laptop, the last email was sent. The transfer confirmed. The company would recover. I'd make sure of that. But she wouldn't be part of it. Her name erased from every document, every project, like she'd never existed there at all. Outside, the city lights looked sharper, colder, but honest. I poured a drink and sat by the window. The same crystal glass she once said didn't suit me. Maybe she was right. Maybe I never belonged in her world. But the truth? It was my world all along. She just laughed herself right out of it,